and everybody. My name is Adya Khan and I am going to explain this automatic sanitizer machine. I have made this automatic sanitizer machine because whenever we go out, we should put masks on our face and sanitize our hands. Whenever we go out and whenever we come back to our home, we should wash our hands. But before we wash our hands, we have so many things around us which is not good for us and not good for our home people also. For that, I have made this automatic sanitizer machine. This automatic sanitizer machine will be kept on the table, and we have to use this machine. And after using this machine, we can wash your hand also. Now I am going to show how we can use this automatic sanitizer machine. Now we have to just push it inside, and the sanitizer will come in our hand. Now I am going to explain how we can use this, how from which material this is made up of. It is made up of this cardboard, one stick, one rubber band, one pipe, one straw, and the sticker, the stick, and the most important wires and battery. And inside there is a pump. There is a bottle over here. Okay, and inside that bottle there is a pump which is attached to the pipe, and inside that bottle sanitizer is also there, and from that sanitizer the sanitizer goes inside the pipe, and from this the straw is attached over here. From this straw the sanitizer comes out, and here from here there is a hole from which we can put sanitizer inside it. And the most important, if there is no battery connection, no wire connection, this will not work. Okay, now I am going to show how is the wire connection and all this is made up of. See, over here there is a hole which goes inside this bottle, the sanitizer. And over here, the most important thing, here a foil paper is stick to this cardboard, and over here also, here the thread which whenever we push this like this goes backwards. For this the main things is very most important. Okay, and these two wires are not useful, then too it is putted. Okay, this battery which is attached to this board, and see, I told you this pipe is attached to it there, and one black wire comes inside from that and attached to this wire, and this is the main thing. This is the motor which helps this pipe, which helps this wire and attached to this wire, and from this wire the pipe sanitizer go from this straw, and from here there is a hole. You can see there is a hole here. From this straw the sanitizer comes out. Okay, you can make this at your home also. It is very easy. Thank you.
Theme for this year Nirmaan exhibition is STEAM, which means science, technology, engineering, maths, and art and craft. We used engineering in wind turbines. In wind turbines, we made DC motors, batteries to operate the windmills, wires for the connections, and we used fence to make we used ice cream sticks to make fence and the bridge. We used cardboard to make the houses, the signboards, the factories, the street lights, and the buildings. We used papers to make the battery house, the road, the factories, and many more. We used white cardboard to make the base, trees.
Hello.
We used
Wind turbine, alternatively referred as a wind energy converter, is a device that converts wind's kinetic energy into electrical energy. Now, let me show you how it works. Firstly, the wind passes over the blades and makes them turn. Kinetic energy. Then, the blades turn the shaft within the nacelle, the box at the top of the turbine. The shaft turns a generator which converts kinetic energy into electrical energy. Then a transformer converts the electricity to the right voltage required for the local network. Then lastly, the electricity is supplied to the electricity grid. You know how turbines is used in this project? Well, mathematics helps us find those fundamental answers of wind turbines. Like, why only 3 blades in this turbine? Turbines with a fewer blades extract less energy and are noisier because these move faster. Those with more than 3 blades would capture more energy but only by 3%, which does not justify the increased cost.
This is the working model of motor car. You can see that this motor car can even climb down the slope. Cars are good means of transportation. We have also developed motor car to utilize the energy produced by wind turbine. So wind energy is a clean fuel source. It's also sustainable. In this motor car, there is a battery holder, batteries, motor, fan, button, wire, wheels, and these straws. Now let me show you how we have utilized this energy in our project. We have lightened the street lights using the wind electricity, so it is cost efficiency because it is a domestic source of energy. We have also lightened the house lights using this energy. Now let me show you how this works. This is how it works. This is a windmill. From this, all street lights and the houses lights are lighting up.
Hello everyone, I am Dhwani from class 6C roll number 3. The topic for this year's Nirmaan exhibition is STEAM. STEAM means science, technology, engineering, art and maths. I have made a grabber which can also be known as a robotic arm. A grabber is a handheld tool used to increase the range of a person's reach when grabbing any object. It has applications in waste management, assistive technology, gardening and outdoor work, and in some cases as a children's toy. Grabbers are also used to pick up items that you cannot for whatever reason. Grabber essentially has a long stick with a handle in one end and a claw or a sort of a grabbing mechanism in the other. various materials to make this grabber. I hope you like my project. Thank you.
Hello, all my respective teachers and all my dear friends. Today, I, Dviti, and my friend Gargi will be presenting you the eruption of the volcano. What is a volcano?
A volcano is a mountain that opens downward to a pool of motion. Rocks below the surface of the earth. When pressure builds up, eruption occurs.
Volcanoes are formed when magma forms within the earth's upper mantle works its way to the surface.
At the surface, it erupts to form lava flows and ash deposits. Over time, as the volcano continues to erupt, it will get bigger and bigger.
Explosive volcanoes eruption can be dangerous and deadly. They can burst out the clouds of hot tephra and sight of the top of the volcano.
These fiery clouds race down to the mountain, destroying all in their path.
Ash erupted into the sky falls back to earth like powdery snow. So, after hearing this information, let's see an experiment based on it. This is the explosion of volcano, and this may burst out of clouds and may cause death of many people. Thank you.
Good morning, respected teachers and all my dear friends.
I am Niyati Atal from class 6C.
And I, Divyasana from class 6E.
Are going to present our project to you.
Our project is water level indicator.
Sometimes while doing work, we fill excessive water in the glass of this water. Then we waste it because we are not going to drink this water.
To prevent this mistake, we have made this machine water level indicator.
This machine indicates when water is filled to a level, and so we cannot waste this water.
The required materials for this project is 9V battery, buzzer, pencil, scale and rubber band.
Now let's see the picture of our model.
So we have used the 9V battery and attached the red wire or the positive wire with the buzzer.
We have attached everything with the help of the rubber band.
We have added pencil at the side of the battery and tied the red wire or the positive wire with the buzzer and the battery to one of the pencils. We have attached the black wire or the negative wire at the tip of the pencil.
We have attached the pencil. We have attached the pencil at the side of the battery and the buzzer with the help of a rubber band, and then a scale to give it a support.
So let's do a practical about this.
We will show this description to you that how this model works. So here I have put my model in a glass. Divya is going to fill this with a water.
Oh, this annoying noise. So now we know that this project is working.
And you can see that we have just filled the water till a level. And now it's working so that we fill only till a level and it does not waste. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Riya Mhatre from 6C, roll number 6. The topic for Nirmaan is STEAM, STEAM, and based on this topic I have made a multi-purpose manual charger using DC motor. This topic is based on STE, which means science, technology, and engineering. This device can be used by many people, especially by the people living in village areas, as a power source for their rechargeable low voltage DC devices such as mobile phones, LED lamps, rechargeable batteries, etc. The user rotates a flywheel which inputs the mechanical energy, which in turn rotates the gear assembly and the DC generator. This produces low voltage DC current which can be used for various other applications. Now I will show you. As I am rotating the flywheel, the lights are being ignited as the mechanical energy is being produced. Now let me show you for the charging. As I am rotating this, the mobile phone is being charged. This device uses the gear assembly to produce high rotational speed and provide it to the DC motor, which acts as a DC generator. The rotation of DC generator produces low voltage DC current which is transmitted to the USB connector. So this is how this device is benefited to the people. Thank you. I would like to show you how the project was assembled.
Hello everyone, myself Samara Qureshi from Anand Almia High School, Mira Road, grade 6C welcomes you to Nirmaan. My project is on simple machine. I am going to present the application of a pulley, wherein a pulley is used for lifting up a load, such as a bucket full of water from a well, a car engine in a garage, a heavy material in a factory, etc. by applying the effort downwards. The ability to do work is called energy. Machines help us to do work. A simple machine changes the direction or magnitude of the force applied. The factor by which a machine multiplies the force applied is called mechanical advantage. The pulley is a simple machine by which the direction of the effort is changed to raise up a load. The pulley consists of a circular disc made up of metal or wood. The disc can rotate about an axle passing through its center. The disc has a groove along its rim through which the string or rope can pass around. The ends of the axle are supported on a frame which is called the block. The block is attached to a fixed support. To raise a load, the load is attached to one end of the string while the effort is attached at the other end by pulling it in downward direction. Thank you.
Hello friends and teachers, my name is Shreya Upadhyay. I am in 6th class. Today I am going to explain you my module of Nirmaan project. My topic for Nirmaan project was STEM. S stands for science, T stands for technology and E stands for engineering and M stands for maths. I have made a maths model which name is Maths Learning Machine. This machine is very easy to make and is also very useful for kids or kids of learning maths. It's very useful rather than the quizzes you play on mobile and video games. It can be solved like 4 multiplied by 7 is equal to 28. It's very easy to solve and is also very interesting.
very good morning, respected ma'am, teachers and all my dear friends. I am Swarnim from class 6C and today I have made a project on digestive system. I'll explain the process of digestion and the roles of different parts of digestive system. Before we start, we need to know what is digestion. Digestion is a vital process which plays an important role by the complex food substances which are further broken down into absorbable and simpler molecules so that they can be absorbed by the different cells and tissues of the body. The digestive system also plays an important role in the process of digestion. The digestive system has alimentary canal and other associated parts. The alimentary canal further has 5 parts: the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine. The other added parts are the liver, which is highlighted with brown color, the gallbladder, which is highlighted with green color, the pancreas, which is highlighted with blue color. What is mouth? The beginning of the digestive tract starts from the mouth. What is the esophagus? The esophagus is a long food pipe which starts from the mouth and ends to the stomach. The role or the function of the esophagus is to transfer the food from the mouth to the stomach. What is the stomach? The stomach is a muscular organ located at the left side of the upper abdomen. The function of stomach is to grind the food slowly. It can take 3 to 4 hours for the stomach to digest food from one time. Stomach also produces acids and enzymes to digest the food. Small intestine. The leftover parts of the stomach or leftover food from the stomach is sent to the small intestine. The small intestine is 20 feet long and is a coiled structure. The small intestine only digests the nutritious food. The leftover waste is sent to the large intestine. The small intestine has 3 parts: the jejunum, and the ileum. Further, the large intestine. The purpose of large intestine is to digest the undigested leftover waste, which are water, salts, and other materials. By the time it takes the digestive juices from the liver and the pancreas, which reach the large intestine and mixes with the food to digest it. Further, from large intestine, the food is sent to the rectum. The rectum transfers the food to the anus and the leftover food is removed from our body. Let me tell you some facts on digestive system. Do you know our digestive system is cancer prone? Second, the digestive system doesn't need any gravity to make the food reach the stomach. Third, the man with a hole in his stomach is provided a window to further digestion. Digestive system doesn't grind the food to absorb it, but grinds the food to give the body energy. Fifth, the digestion process starts even before you take a bite. Let me show you an experiment how the stomach digests the food. Here I have some coriander leaves and I have a vinegar in the glass. I put the coriander leaves. Now I will just mix it. Slowly the coriander leaves will be broken down into many simpler liquidy form so that they can be digested. Thank you, friends.
Hello everyone, I am Tanishka Sahai from 6C and my Nirmaan project is about the diaphragms. Diaphragm is a thin skeletal muscle under our chest. This separates our chest from our abdomen. When we breathe in, diaphragm pulls downward and creates extra space, a vacuum. Air has no option but to rush into your lungs through your mouth. Thus, diaphragms play a very important role in our respiratory system. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I am Trisha Verma from 6C and I am Ishita Joshi from 6th A. And today We are presenting our Nirmaan project. In this COVID times, we must wash our hands, keep them germ-free and clean. Which is why we have developed a wet wipe ball vending machine. We have used all eco-friendly products like cardboard, wooden sticks, super glue and other craft essentials. To use this vending machine, you just have to push this and you will be provided with a wet wipe ball. To use this wet wipe ball, you just have to add a few drops of water and it will turn into a full-size wet wipe which you can use to clean your hands. Thank you all the teachers for giving us an opportunity to do this even in the pandemic situation. And we hope you liked our vending machine. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to our Nirmaan project. My name is Vamika from 6C, roll number 13. And this year's topic is tea. So we have done magnetic painting. Magnetic painting is a science and art wrapped up in colorful packets. So let's begin. So we will put in paints. And we will put in nuts. Now we will take magnet. And start mixing the colors together. You may find that as the metal objects become overcovered in paint, it is harder to move through the paint.
Hello and good evening to my respected teachers and my dear friends. I am Vedinaga from class 6C and today I am going to demonstrate my project for Nirmaan exhibition. My project name is Motion Detector and I am going to explain it one by one. So, our first thing is Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware and software. Arduino boards are able to read inputs, for example, light on a sensor, finger on a button, etc. The board is equipped with sets of digital and analog pins that may be interfaced to various extensions boards and with other circuits too. So, it can be powered by the USB cable or by this 9-volt battery. Though it accepts voltages between 7 and 20 volts, but it works. Well, in short, Arduino is a single board microcontroller that is used and which is very easy for the application accessible, to make it accessible. The second thing is the jump wires. The jump wire is an electrical wire which is used on the breadboard. Though jump wires comes in different variety of colors, as you can see here, they are in many different variety of colors, but the colors don't actually mean anything. The jump wires are basically comes in 3 varieties. The first, male to male, male to female and female to female. The difference between each is only the endpoints. The endpoints are different. Male to male wires, jump wires, are basically used and what you will likely use on a breadboard. The fourth, the breadboard. The breadboard is used to build and test circuits quickly before finalizing any circuit design. The breadboard has many holes in it, as you can see here. The breadboard has many holes in it for inserting the components like ICs, resistors and these jump wires. This makes it easy to use and for creating temporary circuit design. So, the last and the most important topic. The fourth, the most important part of our project is the ultrasonic sensor. The ultrasonic sensor uses sonar to determine the distance of an object. It offers excellent non-contact range detection with high accuracy and stable readings. It is an easy-to-use package from 2 cm to 400 cm. It is set on 100 cm. The operation is not affected by sunlight or black material. Soft materials like cloth can be difficult to detect. It comes with complete ultrasonic transmitter and receiver module. Here is the transmitter and here is the receiver, as you can see. The ultrasonic transmitter and receiver module are the most important part in the whole project. The transmitter sends the rays on the object if put in front, and the rays bounce back to the receiver and makes the sound beep. So that's how the ultrasonic works. Now we will talk about our last, the buzzer. This buzzer. The active buzzer module can be used to generate tones and sounds from 5-volt signal. So that's all. And now the final and the last, the time I am going to demonstrate it. I am using this 9-volt battery. I have this scale to demonstrate it. See, as you can see, it beeps when I put this in front. The scale is the object. So that's all, my friends and my dear respected teachers. This is my motion detector. With all including these parts, it makes my project motion detector. Thank you.
Hello teachers and my dear friends, I am Arav Bhogal from Ms Dalmia High School studying in grade 6C, and I have created a model of a portable cooler for my Nirmaan project. So I use some components like a battery connector, a switch, a DC motor and a fan. So what are the uses of a portable cooler? A portable cooler can be very useful as it can be carried anywhere very easily, and it is very easy to use and make it. So I will show you how it is used. To use it, we will put some ice, cold water or some dry ice in the jar. Okay, so as you can see, I have put some ice into the jar and now I will switch on the machine. So as you can see that it is exhaling out some cold air out of the cooler. So this was my project for the Nirmaan exhibition. I hope you like it. Thank you.
A warm welcome to my teachers and all my dear friends. I, our strategy from 6C, and my partner Sarah Bhatt from 6B is presenting you a usable and helpful electronic table lamp.
The materials which we use to make this table lamp are a container, a plastic bottle, electrical wire, aluminium wire, switch, battery, LED light and some decorative items.
The mechanism of the table lamp is divided into 3 steps, which are the head of the lamp, the neck of the lamp and the base of the lamp.
To make the head of the first step is the head of the lamp. To make the head of the lamp, we cut the plastic bottle and put the upper part of the bottle with the cap. We place the LED lights inside the bottle and cover it with some decorative items to make it more attractive.
The second step is the neck of the lamp. To make the neck of the lamp, we have cut the flexible tube as per its requirement. We have inserted electrical and aluminum wires into it.
The last step is the base of the lamp. To make the base of the lamp, we make 2 groups. One for the switch and second for the flexibility. We place the battery inside the container and covered it with some decorative items. Finally, we assembled all the 3 items and the electrical lamp was then used.
The table lamp can be used in the following ways. If you use rechargeable battery for the same, it can help to save your electricity in case of any emergency. It can be also used for study purpose. It is perfect if you don't want to disturb the person sleeping next to you. The lamp illuminates a certain area. It is a perfect decorative element. It is portable and convenient to turn on. We would like to end this presentation by thanking Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am and all the teachers of the secondary section for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Advik Rao. I am from class 6C of NL Dalmia High School. The name of my topic is the sketching machine. To make a sketching machine, we need wood, paper, sketch pen and some rubber bands. The wood has been cut into specific pieces as per requirement. This is the mechanical arm of the sketching machine. It is used to move the pen back and forth to make lines. This is a knob. This knob is used to move the surface back and forth. There are 2 types of knobs. One is the primary knob and the second is the secondary knob. The primary knob is used to move the hand back and forth to make vertical lines, and the secondary knob is used to make the horizontal lines. Now I will be showing you how to make the secondary knob. Here is the secondary knob. Now we will assemble the sketching machine. The knobs convert circular motion into linear motion. This mechanism is called rack and pinion mechanism. This mechanism is most commonly used in steering wheels of vehicles. Let me give you a small demonstration. This is how the sketching machine works. To move the y-axis, we move this knob. To move the x-axis, we move this knob. If we keep doing this, we will make a box. The basics of these machines are like the rack, pinion, interlocking gears, etc. are used in machines like microscope, seismograph, cardiograph. With strong basics, we can build any machine. Happy building, and thank you everyone for your time.
Hello friends, my name is Avnish Shervekar from 6C, and today for Nirmaan exhibition I have made a water dispenser which is related to science by the concept of atmospheric pressure. The benefits of this water dispenser is that it is easy to store water, and also it is a very hygienic way of drinking water, which is also very useful nowadays. It's not only very useful but also very easy to make it at home. We just need a bottle and a straw which is connected to it, and a glass on which the water is being stored. So I will explain you how does this water dispenser works. So if I open the lid of the bottle, so you can notice that the water starts flowing into the glass. When I close the lid of the bottle, you can notice that the water has stopped flowing. This process happens due to the pressure and gravity. So the water flows because of the pressure by the air. So when we open the lid of the bottle, the water flows because of the pressure by the air. So when we close the lid, the pressure which by the air is absent. So the water does not flow and thus it stops.
Hello everyone, welcome to our Nirmaan 2020 stream of NL Dalmia High School. I am Ayan from 6C and I am Zian from 6D. Our project is robotic tank. Our project is based on science and technology. We have prepared a robotic tank that is controlled by a Scratch programming language. We have used a Raspberry Pi, a mini computer, to control the DC motors of the tank. This is a connectivity diagram. Through Scratch programming, we are controlling the GPIO pins of Raspberry. The binary output of the GPIO is sent to the DC motor driver, which controls the forward and reverse motion of the tank. Tank launcher and its position is controlled by the same hardware and program. This technology is useful in auto machine, industry and military. This is a Scratch programming through which the motion and the firing of the tank is controlled. We have used up arrow key, down arrow key, right arrow key and left arrow key of the keyboard to control the motion of the tank. Key F is used to fire the launcher and key G is used to change the position of the launcher. Now let's move on to the demo of the project. This model is made up of woodcraft board. We have used 2 rubber tires, a sound circuit and a DC motor for the position of the launcher. The inner circuit is having 12-volt battery bank, which gives power to the circuit. This is a circuit of converting 12 volt to 5 volt. This is a Raspberry Pi, which is connected to the edge bridge. Edge bridge is a driver controller of the DC motor. Now we are in Scratch programming. We have programmed the G key of the keyboard to change the position of the launcher. We have programmed the key F of the keyboard for the firing of the launcher. We have programmed the up arrow key of the keyboard to move forward the tank. We have programmed the down arrow key of the keyboard for the backward or reverse motion of the tank. We have programmed the right arrow key of the keyboard to change the position of the tank towards right. We have programmed the left arrow key of the keyboard for the tank to move on the left side. Hence the tank can move in all the directions.
Now we are controlling our robotic tank with a wireless keyboard.
Thank you.
This is Devansh. Video that you have just seen depicts how an automatic flow cleaner helps you to clean the floor more efficiently without any effort. During this pandemic, you have seen moms in the kitchen working the whole day. Keeping this in mind, we have invented an automatic floor cleaner and a kitchen platform cleaner to help them and stay relaxed. Let's understand more about the video.
Hi, this is Dakshit. Some of the amazing facts about automatic floor cleaner are that it is often called as Roomba in olden ages when it was first discovered. Another fact is that if an automatic floor cleaner is compared to a normal vacuum cleaner, the automatic floor cleaner is much more quieter than a normal vacuum cleaner. And the third fact is that an automatic floor cleaner can be kept under bed, in a bed, or in a cupboard, upon a cupboard, anywhere it can be kept. But a normal vacuum cleaner needs a large amount of space to be kept. Great! It's a remote control device which is battery operated. You have to put soap in the given bottle and switch it on. This will clean your floor while you enjoy time with your family. It is useful for old people along with basic problems. But the disadvantage is that we have to charge battery for 4 to 5 hours. Thank you!
Good afternoon, respected teacher and my dear friends. Today, I, Kavya Jain from class 6B
and Dhruvam Shah from class 6C are going to present a project of the kidneys function and urinary system.
Today, our theme is based upon STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art and mathematics. Our project is based upon science, which includes biology and chemistry. We have many organs in our project which comes under biology, and we have the process of filtration which comes under chemistry.
And I am going to explain more about kidneys. Kidneys. What are kidneys? Kidneys are the two vein-shaped organs located on the back on the either side of the spine. Healthy kidneys throws out the waste products from the blood through urine.
Each kidney has millions of nephrons. Nephrons includes glomerulus and tubules. Glomerulus helps in purifying the blood, and tubules helps to return the needed substance to the body and returns the waste.
Blood carried into the kidneys is by the renal artery. An average person has 1 to 1.5 gallons of blood circulating to his or her own body. The kidneys filter about 40 times the blood.
Urine flows from the kidney to the gallbladder, and then the bladder store the urine inside it, and then the rectum throws out the urine out of it. Now we will show the working model of our urinary system. We have the impure blood over here. Now we will put it into this, and then.
So now we will put the impure blood into the kidneys, and the kidneys will purify the blood, and the purified blood will go into the body, and the impure blood will come from the ureters to the bladder, and the bladder will store the urine, and the rectum will throw out the urine out of the body. As you can see, this is urine.
Now, thank you for such a precious time with us. I think that this project is very informative for you and it makes easy to explain the whole urinary system. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, teachers and my fellow students. Today, for the Nirmaan exhibition, I have made a model of a prosthetic hand. As you can see, this is my model for a prosthetic hand. I have used strings instead of sensors to move the fingers, as I did not have the electrical parts for the hand. As you can see, I am able to move the hands very efficiently and very easily. A prosthetic hand is a mechanical hand with sensors in it. The sensors detect what the person wants to do with the arm and moves accordingly. Handicapped people have a very big advantage of this hand, as people are not able to do a great number of things without this hand. Thank you.
Advantages and disadvantages of a fan cap. Whenever you are moving in a hot place and whenever you have this cap, you can feel cool with this cap. But the disadvantage is this, that it will make a lot of noise, and if you are in a library or some place where you do not need to make noise, then this is very useless because it will make a lot of noise because of its motor.
Good morning, teachers and all my dear friends. I am Ishan Singh and I am going to represent my topic. My topic name is Mithila painting or Madhubani painting. Madhubani art is a style of Indian painting practiced in the Mithila region of the Indian subcontinent. This painting is done with a variety of tools including fingers, twigs, brushes, nib pens and matchsticks, and using natural dyes and pigments. It is characterized by its eye-catching geometrical pattern. This is my Madhubani painting. This is made by Ishan Singh.
painting is of Goddess Durga, made by Ishan Singh. Thank you.
Warm greetings to the principal, teachers and all my friends. I am Janishkeria. I am studying in class 6C and my roll number is 26. Today, my idea for Nirmaan exhibition is portable mixer grinder. The name itself says that it is portable and easy to carry. It is small in size. As you can see, this is the portable mixer grinder which I am talking about. Then it is easy to carry. It doesn't use electricity. The most important advantage, it can grind things in small quantities and it is made from things that are easily available at home. As you can see, here there is some cumin powder. There is some cumin in this. Now I'm owning this. And guys, you can see that this is crushing. The grinder is on. As you can see this here and this. The cumin seeds are rotating, means it's crushing it. You can see like this also. Now I'm attaching a small video clip after this in which you can see that how I made this portable mixer grinder, and after that you can also make this portable mixer grinder. Thank you.
Hello friends, my name is Janishkeria. I am studying in class 6 C division and my roll number is 26 and I am from Vayu House, and today I am going to make portable mixer grinder. Things required for portable mixer grinder are a jar, a DC motor, a 9-volt battery, a battery connector, a switch, a wire needed for connecting switch, an empty pen refill, screw and a blade. The first thing we need to do is we need to make a hole on the middle of the jar. Now friends, we have made a hole here. So now we're gonna fix the motor in the hole. So now the motor is fixed. Now we have fixed the motor in the jar. Now we need to take the refill and we need to remove this upper part. The upper part is removed. Now the point of the motor, the upper point of the motor, we need to fix it. Now we need to fix this blade to this refill. So I have put a screw in this and now I need to put this inside this and I need to fix it with the screwdriver. Now I have connected the blade with the refill. Now I am connecting this wire. I have connected this wire with the switch and again one wire with the motor, the battery connector. Now I am connecting this wire with the motor. And now I am connecting this with the battery. Now I am closing this jar. And now I am oning this switch. You can see inside the blade is rotating. Now I am offing it. Again, let's test it once again. Now I am closing. And now I need to stick this battery and the switch on this jar. So let us stick it. I have stick the battery and the switch on the cap of the jar. Now let's on it. It's working perfectly. Now we are opening the jar. We are keeping this aside. This is some jeera and now we are adding this jeera into this jar. So now let us close the jar. As you can see, the jeera is in the jar and the blade is perfectly fitting on the jeera. So now let us start it. So guys, we need to grind this for 5 minutes. So after grinding it for 5 minutes, the jeera will get crushed. Thank you.
Good morning teachers and my dear friends. I am Justin Villuri from class 6C and this year my Nirmaan project is electromagnetism. Faraday is the father of electromagnetism. Concept of the project: whenever the magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, an induced EMF, that is electromagnetic force, is produced in the circuit. I am going to show all the apparatus used in the project. I used one DC motor, 2 rotors, 8 button magnets, 1 fan and a light, and a heavy duty magnet. So I am going to show the working of the project. So whenever I place the heavy duty magnet near or between the button magnets, its energy is produced and the fan and light starts. So I am going to show how it works. So whenever I place it near it, it starts. And if I take it back, it stops because there is no magnet there. There you go. An electromagnetism. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Neil Khade from 6C. Today I'm going to extract DNA from a banana. All living things, banana and people included, pass on information from one generation to the next using the same basic material, which is DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid that is found in all living things. Its natural shape is a double helix, and when seen under an extremely high-powered microscope, it looks like a ladder twisted into a spiral shape. For this experiment, we'll need 1 Ziploc bag, 1 banana, 1 teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon dishwashing liquid, half a cup of hot water, isopropyl alcohol, a filter, a narrow glass and a wooden stirrer. Step is to mash the banana in the Ziploc bag. Now the banana is mashed well. Now take half a cup of hot water and put 1 teaspoon of salt in it and mix it well. Now pour it into the Ziploc bag. Now take half a teaspoon of dishwashing liquid and pour it into the Ziploc bag. Now take this mixture and mix it well, but make sure to not create too many bubbles. So now we take a narrow glass and put a filter on it, and we take our mixture which we made before and pour it through the filter. So now we have to wait for the liquid to drip down. Now we have to take the isopropyl alcohol and pour it gently from the side of the glass. They form two distinct layers, the isopropyl alcohol and the banana liquid. I'll place a black paper so you can see the drainage strands much more clearly. The dish soap helps release DNA. The salt helps the DNA strands to stick to each other in clumps large enough to see. Also, the alcohol helps the clumps to form and the DNA strands are not soluble in isopropyl alcohol. Isn't that fascinating?
My name is Mukul Pavaskar from 6C, roll number 29. My project name is Hologram. A hologram is a real world recording of an interface pattern which uses different shades to reproduce a 3D light film. There are many types of hologram and there are various ways to classify them. For our purpose, we can divide them into two types, reflection hologram and transmission hologram. A hologram is a very effective instrument for carrying out very high precious measurements. Some example of hologram machines available in today's life are photographic plate and transparent fingerprint machine. How I made my model? I made my model by Coke plastic bottle and plastic CD cover and cut them into pyramid shape and joined them into cone shape.
These are the materials that I've used for my Nirmaan exhibition project. A double-sided tape, red or black tape, an old mobile charger, a bike indicator buzzer, wires.
Hello teachers and my dear friends. I am Rishabh Tiwari from 6th C. This year's Nirmaan exhibition theme is STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts and Mathematics. My project's name is a water overflow alarm and it is based on science going further into its branch chemistry, which shows the conductivity of water, and engineering because it contains some difficult circuits. Let me show you how it works. As you can see, I have the system here. This pin plug, it sends an electrical connection through these wires into this circuit. This circuit contains of two parts: a bike indicator buzzer which would send an audio alarm and the LED light which would send a visual alarm. This is a prototype of a water tank. This is the inlet and this is the overflow pipe. As you can see, I have put the wires just below this overflow pipe. So whenever the water touches these wires, it would send an electrical signal through these wires into the two pin plugs into this box. Whenever it goes into this box, the LED light would show us a visual alarm and the bike indicator buzzer would show us an audio alarm. By inserting this in our tanks, we can save hundreds of liters of water. Let me show you how it works. As you can see, I have a water source right here. Let's see what happens when this water touches the wires. As you can see, the alarm went off and the LED light turned on. This is what would happen when the tank would get overflowed. Now you can switch off the alarm and you can save the overflowing water. We can save liters of water by just using this simple technique. Thank you.
An automatic sanitizer dispenser is a device that dispenses a controlled amount of sanitizer. Nowadays, they are often used in conjunction and automatic faucets in public places. They function to conserve the amount of sanitizer used and stem infectious disease transmission. In the current situation, these dispensers are very helpful to us in many ways. Like in case if we forget our personal hand sanitizer, so we can use a sanitizer in these dispensers that are available at public places. It is also very useful to poor people who can't afford hand sanitizers. They can use these hand sanitizer dispensers which are available at public places again. The idea for the first automated dispenser was submitted by Yue John Xiao to be patented in 1989. A study was conducted in the accession area of the clinical microbiology laboratory and the outpatient dentistry department of the University of Virginia Medical Center. The fifth poverty disease that permeated 19th century society was drastically reduced by revolutionary sanitization movements through the 20th century.
Several other advances can be etiologically and temporally related to some of these diseases. The causal evidence
Example, temporal sequence consistency. Biologic plausibility is consistent with the hypothesis that personal hygiene is one another factor that help to the determine of decline. The advances of hygiene, such as that of the automatic sanitizer dispenser, can be considered as one of the most silent victories of public health and continues to be an important disease prevention strategy in this modern era when the gospel of germs has waned in popularity. This is a model of an automatic sanitizer dispenser that we made at our home with the help of Sunboard. On the back there is a huge sanitizer bottle and we have attached to a straw to it so that the sanitizer can reach our hands. These are some basic part of a machine. Thank you!
Good afternoon, teachers and my dear friends. My name is Sahil Kakri and I am from class 6C. And today my topic for Nirmaan is the salt water car. Salt. It is used in our daily life for many purposes like for adding flavor to our food, for preserving our food, for production of pottery and soap. It is also used in today's life in chemical industries, chemical factories, etc. But there are so many uses of salt that no one would have even thought of. When salt is put in water, the water molecule pull the sodium and chlorine ions, making them float freely, carrying electricity through the water with an electric current. In short, salt water can be used to create electricity. And to make this theory useful to mankind, I have made a salt water car. And in terms of our topic STEAM, it is a mixture of chemistry and science and engineering. And now we all know that it cannot run on just salt water. So I have used zinc from an old battery which has zinc anode, a copper sheet and salt water as an electrolyte. When zinc and copper come in contact with each other, because of the electrode in the electrolyte, the oxygen is reduced to hydroxide or OH minus. Now the question comes that how is salt water car useful to mankind? And the answer is the electrolyte in the salt water or the salt water car helps in many chemical reactions in the fuel of a cell, causing electricity similar to the electricity of a battery without causing any harm to our environment or any pollution. Whereas oil can have a bad effect to our environment. When it is poured near a tree, it stops oxygen to get towards the tree, and also that because of oil, even the sea creatures get harmed. So, my saltwater car can bring many revolution to this world and can solve many problems. Thank you.
Hello, respected teachers and my dear friends. My name is Shaptashita from 6C. Today I am here with my Nirmaan project and my topic is Insights of Computer Gaming. So I am here to tell you what is going on behind the scenes. Computer games are enjoyed by all age groups. It gives relaxation to our mind and also improves our logical thinking. Here I'll show 4 different types of game creators. Let's take a look. The first game creator which I'm going to work on is Unity. I am making a parkour game in it. First, we need to download the standard assets from the archive and add it in the desired place. After having the assets, we need to get the FPS controller, which is the main player. Now we just need to create platforms which are going to be used to make the game. Positioning of platforms play a very important role in the game. It is a very rigorous and sequential logical process. It involves a lot of time with concentrated efforts. When we are done with making our game, we have to simply build and run our game. I will take you through one of my games in Unity. So these are the platforms on which we need to jump on. We also need to avoid falling off the edges. If you fall off the edges, the game is over. So you have to avoid that. And this and this and this and this. Fantastic. One level completed. Now these are some narrow strips of land. I have to do it very carefully and I was just about to fall. Will I be able to make this jump? I don't know. But I'll just try. And I did make it.
The second game creator on which I'm going to work on is Mario Editor. It is very similar to Mario Maker 2. Here you can create your own Mario games as you wish. First, we need to add tiles for Mario to walk, which are these. Next, we need to add enemies as our wish. Lastly, we need to add the end elements such as the platform. All sequential steps are to be thoroughly remembered while making the game. It takes 1 to 2 days for making really complex games. Let me take you to one of my games in Mario Editor.
Let's just start the game, and the game has started. Will I win or will I lose? I don't know, but let's just check it out. I got hit actually, so yes, I hope I don't get. Yay! And I win with a 400. Yay!
Now I will take you through the third and fourth game creators, that is Scratch and Splutter. In Scratch, we use coding for sequence of steps, while in Splutter, we simply use drag and drop for making games. Let me take you through the games that I have made in Scratch and Splutter. The first game which I am going to show you is one of my Scratch games. Here you need to get the apples. If you get the red apple, you get 1 point. If you get the golden apple, you get 10 points. But if you get the black apple, you lose 10 points. So I'll just press C to start, and then I'll just focus on getting the golden apples and not get the black apple. I just got the black apple. No, I got another. No, golden apple. No, good. No, bad. Golden apples. Get these, this. Get these, and golden apple, and golden apple, red plus golden apple. No, I got another black apple. Didn't want that. That was close. And 140, 150. 163 and 175, 185, 195, and I win. The last game is one of my Splutter games. It is based on Angry Birds. The goal of this game is to hit 3 Angry Birds with only 2 balls within a given time. It is played through a duplicate flash player.
You can play this game along with the rest of the games. It'll be fun. I hope we all have understood the basic concepts and the methodologies for making games through different creators. My games are available in my website. You can view my website and enjoy the games. Many thanks to all of you for giving your precious time.
Hello everyone, I am Science Das from 6C, roll number 33, and for this year's Nirmaan project, I am making a homemade stylus. The materials are an aluminium foil, the body of a pen, a cotton bud, and some water. So let's begin. Now I will apply some water between the aluminium foil and the cotton bud. When I use this normal pen, it does not write. But when I use the stylus that I have made, it works and writes. Now I will explain the concept used and its functioning. The stylus that I have made is connected through steam by science, as the topic of conduction of electrostatic charges come under the branch of science physics. The stylus that I have made works on the simple principle of electrostatic charges. As you may know, the touchscreen devices work on this principle, that the screen senses and absorbs the electrostatic charges from our fingers and moves accordingly. This stylus works on the simple principle of the flow of electrostatic charges and its conduction through our body to the screen through a conducting medium. The electrostatic charges will flow from the fingers to the aluminium foil, from there into the water in the cotton, and from there it will conduct the charges to the screen. Therefore, normal plastic and other materials do not work, and because they cannot conduct these charges, but the stylus that I have made is made up of aluminium foil and wet cotton and thus conduct charges. Thank you.
Today I, Kia D'Souza from class 6D,
and I am Shorasina from class 6C,
would like to present to you our Nirmaan project on the topic solar energy converted into electrical energy.
Solar energy has become a popular alternative energy source as a renewable energy source. It is the energy that comes as a natural resource from the sun. Solar-based projects or devices convert light energy of the sun into electricity that is used to operate the device. For converting process, photovoltaic cells are used.
Photovoltaic energy is the conversion of sunlight into electricity. A photovoltaic cell, commonly called a solar cell or PV, is the technology used to convert solar energy directly into electrical power. A photovoltaic cell is a non-chemical device usually made from silicon alloys. We have used solar panels in our project.
Solar power is a conversion of energy from sunlight into electricity. The panel collects clean renewable energy in the form of sunlight and converts that light into electricity, which can be used for various purposes such as power supply to homes and industries, pumps used to draw water from a battery operated car. Advantages: number 1, reduces electricity bill. Number 2, reduces carbon emission. Number 3, life expectancy of 25 to 30 years. Number 4, maintenance cost is low.
Disadvantages: number 1, uses a lot of space. Number 2. Solar energy storage is expensive. Number 3. Weather dependent. Number 4. Initial cost is high. We have also used windmills in our project. Now let me explain to you our project with the help of a diagram.
I am Sumit Gulam. This year, we are not able to celebrate our Nirmaan exhibition in the school because of this COVID-19 pandemic. However, no one can stop us by showing our creativity to the world. So, I have made a small project at my home itself. This is an earthquake alarm system. The material, I have used some simple materials for making this thing. Like a 9 volts battery, on off switch, copper wire, safety pin and a buzzer, electronic buzzer. Now I will show you how this works. If we are hit by an earthquake or if we shake this, this wire holds the current and then this wire goes to the battery, and if the button is on, the buzzer will start beeping as the battery gives power to the buzzer. Thank you.
I, V. Desai from 6C, roll number 37, would like to present the project. My project is Science Electronics Board. Science and technology has been there to help us in our daily activities. New technology impacts our daily lives in every field, from cars to cell phones, from networks to computers. The work can be done easier through high-tech machines and equipments. It makes the work less for humans, and the work can be done faster. It also makes us feel comfortable and easy to live and learn new things. So science learning is made more interesting by making some such games known as science quiz board. Things used in my project are cardboard box, wires, screws and bolts, LED lights, and etc. So here is a circuit diagram of my project. This shows how to connect the LED to the battery. Here So I will show you in my project how the battery is connected to the LED. Here the wires are connected between different nuts to the bolts. So this is my project ready fully.
Start.
So as you can see, I have made a set of questions and answers, and the answers are placed randomly. So I will show you how my project works. When we touch chromium to Cr, the light lights up. But when I touch chromium to Ne, the light does not light up because the answer is wrong. When the answer is correct, the light lights up, but when the answer is wrong, the light does not light up. As you can see again that the helium's answer is He, so the light lights up, and the silver's answer is Ag, so the light lights up. So it is known that the project works when the lights lit up when the answers are correct. So thank you for seeing my project. Please do not forget to give the feedback.
Start.
So in this manner I have used physics to learn chemistry.